this video, we have some extremely rare, like some of the rarest cards in the world, really. Not like some crazy stuff, one of ones, not one of 20s, not like no snap card tier, but we're looking at like a few hundred to 100, you know. For how popular Pokemon is, when you get down to it, when you get right into the thick of it, these things... Okay. We got interrupted, but it's fine. I'm back. I need to move this somehow, because that is in the way. Alright, how's that? I'm working on my desk now. It's quite bad, to be honest. I need to get some sort of setup. I need something somewhere. Okay. Have a sip of water. Now, the card's here. I'm going to do some grade predictions. We're going to look at the card. You're going to give me an idea of what you think it is. And I'm going to give you an idea of what I think it is. Now, I know with this really harsh light, it is very hard to see a lot of the things. But this is a university Magikarp. Don't know how many copies. Some people say 1,000. Some people that are very invested say 100. I think 600 is probably a good thing. A good amount. It doesn't come up as often as other cards where there are like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. But it comes up enough that it's not like 100 or 200 or 300. I'm sure there's a number out there somewhere. But, so we see here, there is a bend on the corner. Just straight away, this corner is kind of bent. I don't know if you can probably see it there. It goes up a little bit. So that's not good. I'm grading these as PSA. So, when we know they're not that great. But there's another bend there. But they probably take these rare cards more into consideration. And on the front, there's like a blue line mark. I don't know what it is. But it's not great. Could be, you know, a printing defect or a printing error. Or it could be just someone's damaged the card with a blue pen. Now, I don't think it's altered. There is edgeware around the card. Not that much though. Can't see any signs of altering. Yeah, it's got edgeware at the top there. Should I put it here? Go down. You can see the stand. Is it easier on a black background maybe? So yeah. I personally think this card will grade a 5. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a 6. Because it's not that bad. It's still intact, you know, it's still pretty strong. Probably shouldn't be flicking the card. The bend here will probably make it a 6, and I can imagine a little bit of damage. And, you know, just the scratches in general will make it a 5. That's alright. And the main reason why I'm grading these cards, I usually wouldn't grade them, because it's a huge waste of money to grade such rare cards, to be honest. In my opinion, to be honest. It changes nothing except some PSA opinion that might change the next day you submit it. But I'm trying to sell these. I already have all these cards before. These are extras, or I just don't want them anymore. And it is very hard to sell an ungraded card, especially an ungraded rare card. Everyone wants a higher grade for a lower price, and it's actually quite annoying. Because I have been trying to sell these, and I've been trying to offer them at pretty decent prices. Almost as much as I pretty much paid on all of them, and I'm happy to accept that. Happy to help someone out with their collection, but they just want... I'm looking for better condition and you know, the same price. And it's like, well, the better condition, it would be shitloads more. So I'm going to grade these. Now, this Victory Orb, I didn't realize this was in such good condition. I always knew I had some sort of little dent at the top here. I don't even know if it's a dent, to be honest. But yeah, you can see that little mark right there. It's pretty sad. And then some edgeware at the top. This super harsh lighting might not be beneficial for this video. But it's the best we got. So, you know, overall, apart from those things, it's not bad. I think this will grade an 8. You know, I'll be happy with this grade an 8. The front's clean. Amazing card. Beautiful card. You know, there's no reason for me to be selling this, but I already have the card, so it's not really a big deal. It's like I already have one in the folder, so, or in the kids frame thing they come with. It's not a big deal. So this one is the Kamex computer error from the Kamex Mega Battle. And that's the Blastoise Mega Battle. 98 or something? 97? Not too sure. I don't know how you were awarded this card, Probably had to play some battles. If you won a few, you probably got it. It's probably 1,000 of these. It's worth around 3,000. You know, I think I paid 2,100. This one's got some genuine dents around everywhere. It's probably the worst condition one here. I think that'll grade a 4. So we'll see. I mean, if I'm right, that's pretty good. If I'm wrong, well, hopefully they're higher if I'm wrong. So we've got a Pikachu ring here. This one's pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with the condition with this. There's no hidden dents or anything. Just some like chipping and little like things happening to the top here. That just happens from being in the case, because the case is quite sharp and you know it'll rub against it. So people say, oh, it's in the case, it must be gem condition, but no, it's not good. And this one's obviously it's sun faded. I mean, you can tell the Pikachu's completely dried out. I could get my other one, but I'm not going to. I've done a video comparison of before. I did try to sell it. Had a few buys, a few good trades, and it all kind of fell through, and then I kind of got over it. So I'm going to grade it. Now, will PSA take the fading into consideration? Who knows? If they do, PSA 7. If they don't, I really can't see why this can't get a PSA 9. It's amazing. This might even get a PSA 10, to be honest. If it gets a PSA 10, it'd be kind of egregious. I'd feel bad about selling it at like a huge PSA 10 premium, but I would just sell it. I would just send it to an auction house and let the buyers deal with it. It's very obviously it's sun faded, so you know all they have to do is match it up with a photo online. So I think a 7 on that one's pretty fair. Now this Tropical Wind, I bought this and I thought it was in amazing condition. I was so happy. I was like, wow, look at this Tropical Wind. You know, it's got very little edge wear. Because I had a PSA 8 and I sold that for $26,000 US on PWCC last year. Because I bought this one at the same time. I was like, wow, I'll buy this one, I'll sell mine. I don't need to have a PSA 8. This one looks just as good. But unfortunately, these cards are 20 years old, 25 years old, however you want to see it. And it has this big crease thing at the top. Now, I don't know if that's fixable, to be honest. You can see it's not really... I don't know if people like clamp them or, you know, would find some sort of heavy book to put that under. But I don't think that's fixable. Right where it is. Unfortunately, I would love to fix it, because if it wasn't for that, I don't care about the scratches or anything, but big creases really hurt. So I think this is another case of it's probably going to be a 6. I think any higher than a 6 on this, and then they're just misgrading. I think they're just being inconsiderate. You know, they're just not going with what they usually would. But it would just benefit me, so it doesn't really bother me. But I need to grade these so I get to sell them so people can just see what PSA condition they are. So let's see here. Start with the highest grade. So I think this one will get an 8. And then we got a 7. So obviously the newer cards are in better condition. And then we'll do 6 here, and then 5, and then 4. That's pretty good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's what I think. I mean, I'm going to send them off. I'll probably get them back in about a month and a half. I'll make another video. That'll be pretty exciting. You know, it's just one of those things. I figured I just might as well make the video, because, you know, they might just get lost. Or PSA might damage them. So the video helps me. I'll be able to remember what I have. But yeah, it's always scary sending things across the seas and whatever. But the big risks, and we learn to deal with them. But there we go. I'm going to go put these in card savers before I have a heart attack. So see you later.